I respect Sam more than any man.
As a matter of fact,
I know.
really curious that Sam, but we call him Muchnick, Mr. Muchnick.
Yeah, we
always have because we've known him so long. So we call him Mr. Muchnick. He's a great man. He's given us the opportunity of a lifetime, me especially. He's given me the shot at the world title.
Tomorrow night at Kiel, David goes after the World Championship in a match with Ric Flair. Sam probably relates well to the struggles of youth because he endured them himself. He is the eldest of 3 sons born to Ukrainian immigrants. He began his career working as a sports writer for the old St. Louis Star. When that paper was about to merge with the Times, Sam felt he had to make a decision. He only had a high school education, and he did not view himself as a fancy writer. He was afraid of being lost in the shuffle, so he teamed up with the wrestling promoter in St. Louis at that time, the late circus world giant Tom Pax. After 10 years, Sam decided to strike out on his own, and that wasn't easy. The state's athletic commission fought giving him a license, and Sam went to court. He sued them, and of course he won. Why it had to go that far is still a mystery to Sam.
Arthur Haney was the chairman of the State Athletic Commission at the time, and he told me there was enough promoters in St. Louis, and there was only one, and I really never knew the inside story of it, and that's why I went to court. After a long wait, I finally decided to go, got an injunction, and ran 4 cards before the war.
After a hitch in the Army in his mid-30s, he came back to St. Louis and booked his first match on December the 4th, 1945. A wrestler named Strangler Lewis was on the card, and he's still Sam's all-time favorite.
Lewis never refused anybody to meet anybody. And I remember one time he was chasing Jim Landis, who was claiming the title. And Ray Steele, who was my best friend in wrestling, was considered a policeman for Jim Landis. If you had wanted to meet Landis, you had to beat Steele. So a match was arranged at Yankee Stadium, December 5th, 1932, for the William Hearst Milk Fund. And Steele wrestled Lewis, and he was disqualified. And I always admired Lewis willing to wrestle Steele in order to get the shot at Landis.
Now Sam has sold that promoting license for an undisclosed price, and he sold it to 3 great wrestlers. Bob Geigel, now a promoter in Kansas City, Vern Gagne, who's promoting in Minneapolis, and St. Louis favorite Pat O'Connor. Pat is retiring from the ring. He'll be the matchmaker here, and Larry Matisek, the personable ring announcer, will be manager of the St. Louis office. We discussed any new directions they might take.
I think it'll be a tremendous accomplishment if we can just keep it on the same level of respect and of integrity and keep the same popularity that we've had. There's nothing, you're not going to top him. So if you can just match what has been done, that's a tremendous accomplishment right there.
You don't see any new directions particularly?
No, there shouldn't be any new directions because the guidelines have been set and it's a successful operation.
But every Friday, as he has for years, you'll find Sam here at Jack English's saloon in Belleville at a reserved round table where he's joined by this area's major sports figures. They sit around and drink a drink Sam's named the Joe Mathis in honor of his old friend and former Cardinal baseball scout who used to join him here regularly. It's really not much more than an old-fashioned concocted by Sam's bartending friend Tommy the Tout McMahon and often served by Jack English himself. But it brings out the memories, all right, and it inspires the years of Sam's triumphs to roll back again, and the reflections are always warm and vintage ones. His farewell program will be on New Year's Day at the Checker Dome, a fitting day, don't you think, to raise a cup of kindness then for old Lang Syne. Sam Muchnick, a true winner and a proven champion. That's all at large for tonight. We'll be back shortly.